what the kingdom of God is speaking to us. And that's where I have come to share this good news with you. So when I was reading Matthew, and then he say two things mentioned. One is Daniel and one is Noah. And third one is Jerusalem. So as I mentioned that the third one is the sign. Daniel, he say, whoever it said, therefore, when you see the abomination of desolation spoken by the Daniel the prophet standing in the holy place, whoever reads, let him understand. It is here Jesus has mentioned about Daniel, and Jesus say, what the prophet has said, it has to be fulfilled. So here, when I was getting this wisdom is downloading in my spirit, and I am getting this understanding, and I have come to share with you. So looking at all this, I have written some notes, and I would like to share what the Lord is speaking to us. Now, Prophet Daniel, two things Jesus mentioned, and that is one is the Daniel, and he said, when you see these things and spoken by the Daniel prophet standing in the holy place, whoever reads, let him understand. Here is the understanding of what is going on. Here the Lord is telling his people to understand what is going on. Here it is the wisdom and knowledge to be increased. Here the wisdom is speaking to bring wisdom, knowledge. That's why he say, when these things are spoken by the Daniel, it is you see coming into fulfillment, then you must understand what does it mean. It's the understanding. So to Daniel, the understanding is given, and that's why he say, read Daniel, and get understanding. Excuse me. Reading Daniel is to get understanding. And reading then Noah, the time of Noah, it was rain. The way will be like Noah. That is the way you will see things like, So the Daniel time is to be wise, knowing the knowledge, understanding to become wise. And that's where I have come to share with you. Jerusalem is the sign. So three things today the Lord is speaking, and I am going to share a bit more, as I am already sharing and bringing this information, what the Lord is telling us. So I done some work here that you can see as the Lord is leading, showing me what to do. I was just doing the work. So here you can see Daniel, and it's talk about the Daniel that to receive the wisdom. That Noah is the time of Noah, how the way was, time of Noah. Then Jerusalem is a sign that God has given when you see the signs. Sorry. So here is Jesus himself is giving the giving value. It's like bringing, like what the prophet said, that it is to come into pass what Daniel said it. So here it said, at the time of Daniel, the generation time of Daniel, it was what was shown to Daniel, and it was a prophecy was revealed it to him with understanding. And then it's also say, because it mentioned that he who those who receive, the word coming from the prophet, it is to prosper. Why Jesus said, talking about the Daniel, it is to prosper, increase in the wisdom, in the knowledge, in the understanding. And that's why the prophets is to, because they are speaking directly from the Lord. Who are the true prophet? They are speaking directly from the Lord. So, and then God said, God honor his true prophet because he speaks through the true prophet. Here, Jesus honored Daniel because Jesus, the Lord spoken through the Daniel, as we know that Gabriel was sent and Daniel heard that God is speaking, and in the spirit he heard through the true prophet. Okay, then we also see, because then he showed me when Abraham, Sarah was taken, this Abimelech, when he, it was Abimelech, when he took Sarah. And then God came and he brought everything back. But it was Abraham who prayed, and he prayed for a blessing and prayed welfare for his enemy, and he took everything back. Then the Lord showed me Moses, and Moses, when he said to Pharaoh, I'm taking everything back, and I've taken everything back. And then Pharaoh said, okay, if you have said it, you've already got it. And then bless me also. It means to bless your enemy. So it is to bless the enemy, and that's where the blessing comes. And that's what I was also getting this from the Lord is speaking to me, and it is talking about the things of, what the prophet has mentioned, why Jesus valued and repeated, reminded the word of the prophet, because Jesus himself is a prophet as well. Fivefold ministry he had, and then he's given, distributed to us. And that's where we see that he valued the prophet because he knew that it's not a prophet himself who came to just, share or spoken, the true prophet. So here when I was getting this understanding, it is like he's highlighting the things that he wants us to understand. So he say 2 things he mentioned, and that is from Matthew chapter 24, as I said, Daniel, and that is to get the wisdom. Noah is the way, it is the rain and things, how the way happened at the time of Noah. So this, and then in Jerusalem, these signs, if you see, and then you will know, what's going on. So when he highlighted 3 things and telling me about these 3 things, it was like, wow, that is like really,